Hi. I'm actually just trying to see about, sharing this. Okay, share now, public. So I was running some errands today and I got this huge download. And I'm actually I'm gonna throw it down pretty quick because here's the thing, are you guys afraid to be seen? I'm at the I was actually at the grocery store running an errand this afternoon, and I'm feeling into this energy of this download that I received last night and the way that it's been transmitted inside this group that I'm doing right now, the Mastery of You. And I'm going to share a piece of what I shared with that group today, so hang with me. The way that life works and the way that this information is coming through is so fun. So I definitely had to hop on here. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Hope. Hey, Twiggy. So, free to be unseen. So I get this download last night about this energy and what we are creating inside of this group. And as I'm starting to play with it in my mind and start to envision and feel into what this energy is bringing forth, I see how it's clicked together with the fear of being seen. And what I hear today from Spirit, this download that I got, is that a key to the fear of being seen, so this aspect that I talked about in my last live, this aspect that holds this fear in place, is really about, are you guys ready for this? Resistance to happiness. So much and so many of us are like, looking, I'm afraid to be seen, I'm afraid to be seen. And, we do all these actions and we, set goals and, we really try to push and force ourselves through this real fear of being seen. And we end up not going anywhere, and we go in these cycles and patterns, and we self-sabotage, and we stop ourselves, or we feel really stuck because we just even can't move past that place. I want to suggest to you guys to start to look at, where might I be resisting happiness? Because truthfully, if you were really doing your soul's purpose, if you were really living the life that is inside of your heart, wouldn't that mean happiness and bliss and inner peace and flow and synchronicity? So instead of looking at moving through this resistance of being seen, look at the resistance of happiness. How's that land for you guys? I've got more to share, but I'm going to check in. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mary. Okay, so it's really about the resistance of being seen. Really about the resistance of happiness. So I'm in the grocery store, and I'm actually thinking I'm just going to run this thing I bought up to my mom's house, and this energy starts downloading and downloading and downloading for me to share with you guys. And I start to feel into, okay, well, this energy starts downloading it. Nope. I'm trying to catch the comments because they're not showing here. Okay, so I'm starting to feel into this energy. I'm starting to feel into this reality, this realm, this paradigm, this thing that exists. And it exists where there's happiness, flow, and peace, right? And everybody's getting along. And it happens to me quite a bit, just moving through the world, just coming across people like the really nice cashier, or the customer that passes in line, or just, someone holding a door open as you go by, and you just have this little exchange. There's lots of pleasantries and connection happening. But that's where my focus is and where my energy is. And sometimes what happens is I dip a little bit, and then I start to see where there's a little bit more crankiness, and then, I'm road rage. I'm not a road rager, but sometimes it's like some of the traffic, it's like, what is going on here? So I dip into that, but when I pull myself out, I am in that space of yeah, this is really amazing. And I know that a lot of you that are probably on here right now feel that as well. And so as I was feeling into this space, I started to think about how in the past, where I would be around people who were also happy and really high energy, some of it was false and fake, and I was finding my way about really identifying the authenticity of it. But I remember there was a part of my mind and a part of my ego that would be like, what, like, just kind of like, I don't know, judgmental or something about them, or I don't know what the right word is, but just something just felt off. And that was a part of me resisting happiness, because I'm seeing that they're happy, they're bliss, and I'm like, ugh. But that was my smallness, my aspect, the part of me that has been resisting happiness, right? So I'm feeling into this field and I'm thinking, man, I bet a lot of other people think that maybe people like me or other people that are in bliss and flow and just always seem to be happy are probably crazy. And I had identified that I at one point had this belief inside me, one of these buried beliefs that I've uncovered through my journey about being afraid that if I let my full self out, I would look crazy. And is there anybody on this right now or watching this that feels the same? Is that if you let all of yourself out, you would feel crazy or you'd worry about what people think of you? So as I'm like feeling into this and I'm starting to see, because reading the consciousness, right? So I get to see, yeah, there's people that'll think this is crazy. There are people that'll be afraid of like what others might think of them. There are people that are afraid to go beyond their own limitations because they're afraid of how other people might feel about themselves. So I'm in that and I'm receiving it, and I get into the car. This is the awesome part of all of this. I get into the car, put on the radio, and the song comes on. I'm going to read it to you. Prince's Let's Go Crazy. Because I'm really wondering also if there's a part of you that is hiding out because you might be afraid that you're going to look crazy. Let me know. Show me some likes or a comment. I'm going to check my phone for these comments because they're not popping up on this live. But I want to read this to you. I get into the car. Prince's song Let's Go Crazy comes on, and he starts, and his beautiful voice from his soul is saying, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life. It means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you that there's something else, the afterworld, a world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night. So when you call up that shrink in Beverly Hills, you know the one, Dr. Everything Will Be All Right. Instead of asking how much of your time is left, ask him how much of your mind, baby. Because in this life, things are much harder than in the afterworld. In this life, you're on your own. And if the elevator tries to bring you down, go crazy. Yeah. I mean, I think Prince was really onto something, and he was sharing with us. And so those of you that are feeling like you're so tired of hiding out and that there's more inside of you that you're ready to let go and release any fears that you have about being or looking crazy or any resistance that you have to happiness, because we do move through it, right? We get these little bumps and then sometimes we bring ourselves backwards. It's time to go crazy. It's time to set yourself free. It's time to really stop resisting what it is that you want and desire inside of you. And so this program, The Mastery of You, we are heading into this Saturday is going to be our second energy transmission. I'd love to have anybody along that's ready to really claim and create something different than you've ever experienced before and bring to life the things that you've read about, and to really just be able to just like drop the resistance, the heaviness. I mean, that's why things are feeling so hard right now, is because we're actually resisting. And what this energy is bringing us to is to be into flow, synchronicity, inner peace, right? And I know that sometimes those things feel so out of reach when we're in the middle of the muck. But isn't that where the lotus flower comes from, right? The mud, the muck. So anybody that's attracted to this, anybody that is so ready to be seen, to let down all of the protections and the barriers and like really just be of service in ways of just being you, of really getting in touch with that magic within you, your gifts, your truest essence, mastering your energy, learning how to use it for yourself, being the emotional alchemist, moving beyond the limitations of any of your emotions, being the master of you. So I'm going to drop a link in here if you want to jump on board. It's not too late. Everything is inside a secret group, and we're having our energy transmissions on a private conference line, and you'll get all the recordings for that as well. You know, I don't know if I said it before when I jumped on, but this thought, or this, it may be a real quote, but what I was hearing was, you know, those that change the world. Yeah, this is a quote, but it was coming out differently for me, where it was like, those who are seen to be crazy, you know, are the ones that are going to change the world. We are changing the world. We're changing our own world, and that's rippling out. And this time is so key for transformation and change. And, you know, just like if you were go to a gym and you'd want to make sure you use the machines right, that's how I see my job, is that I'm helping you to master what is already within you and to reconnect with what's already within you. Can you see this energy starting to move through? I get so passionate, and I know you guys that are hiding out, it's time for you. So if you're resonating with this, jump on board in this group. It's the best investment and closest to doing some really awesome one-on-one work with me inside this intimate group. I'm there, available for you. Carrie, I know I miss Prince too. Whew. You know, I was really feeling him come through when that song came on. I was just feeling him. And so I'm sure he's part of this transmission today too. Thank you, Prince. I love Prince too. Yeah, there's some goodies in here, and some direction, and some an invitation to join me on this journey. So thanks for hopping on. I honor each of you for all of the personal work that you're doing and the way that you're rippling out into the world. And thank you for your comments and your notes and the interactions. It's beautiful to be a part of your journey.